welcome back to a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. We haven't done this video in a little while. Of course, last week we had our big severe weather and tornado day on Thursday, so this is really the first time I've talked about this on this video. And wow, what a day! That was a bona fide tornado outbreak in eastern Ohio and western PA on Thursday. Today, the Weather Service in Pittsburgh and Cleveland both kind of finalized their tornado reports for that day. They have done the surveys, and the total will end up being 7 tornadoes in Cleveland's area, and I think 6 is the number in Pittsburgh's, the Pittsburgh Weather Service office's area of jurisdiction across eastern Ohio, the panhandle of West Virginia, and western Pennsylvania. It was a crazy day on Thursday, and pretty unexpected. On Thursday we had a low-end risk of severe weather. There was some wind shear to talk about, but the instability was kind of meager. But everything came together, and everything just wanted to spin as we got into the late afternoon and early evening. In my 9+ years here, that was easily the craziest couple of hours I've had. With I think we had 3 or 4 different tornado warnings at one time during parts of that period. It was a lot to keep track of, and that's the first time I've ever had to completely blow out 21 News at 6 p.m., where we just did not have the newscast because we kept up with the live severe weather coverage. Anyway, looking at temperatures over the last couple of weeks, a little bit of back and forth. Of course, October is going to go into the record books as a much warmer than average month, and when all is said and done, it'll probably be in the top 5. We'll see how the final numbers shake out, but it's going to be one of the warmest Octobers on record when things wrap up this weekend. Today's high of 66, probably the high water mark of the week, although we may get close to this one more day on Thursday. 57 was the low this morning. Now, we did not have any measurable rain at the airport today, even though some places had some showers midday into the early afternoon today. For the month, we're running a surplus at the airport. 4.58 inches is the number there, 1.9 inches above the average. October typically one of our drier months, although it has been trending wetter in recent years. All right, speaking of wet weather, we had a low-end severe weather risk we've been talking about today. The ingredients not the same as last Thursday, so we were not expecting any sort of rerun, but it was going to be possible that along this evening band of showers, there would try to be some funny business, with maybe enough wind shear to cause some rotation, especially to our south and west. The chances around here were never very high. Certainly higher to our south and west, but even there, it's not really materializing. There have been no tornado warnings, no severe thunderstorm warnings along this line as it pushes out to the east, so that is definitely a good thing. We had a couple of kinks in the line a little while ago up towards Zanesville, Athens, heading down into the Parkersburg and Marietta area, where it kind of looked kind of interesting for a couple of minutes, but did not really turn into anything all that interesting. We have low pressure spinning across central Ohio this evening. This is pushing off to the east. The higher severe weather threat tonight will be from D.C. and Baltimore on south and west towards the Raleigh and Greenville-Spartanburg area, or Greensboro area, I should say, in northwestern parts of North Carolina. Cold front is on the move, lower 60s for now, but we have 40s and 50s to our west, and boy, a big change is coming our way for tomorrow. All right, fall foliage report for early this week. The colors, they're not great this year. They're a little more muted, and they're way behind schedule at this point. We should be nearing the end of our true peak. Typically, our peak is kind of between, say the 17th and 26th, just on average. So we should be nearing our peak. We haven't really technically hit peak across our area just yet, mostly because of warm nights. We've had increasingly chilly weather of late, but the nights have not been all that cold. And so while we're seeing still peak colors and even past peak colors in the highest terrain of West Virginia, northern Pennsylvania, up into New England, around here, we're just behind schedule, and the colors are not super vibrant this time around, unfortunately. All right, we're going to hang on to the chance for showers overnight. The showers will kind of come and go. There may be a shower around as we head off to work and school Tuesday morning. In the meantime, low pressure is going to bomb out off the east coast tomorrow. If this were the middle of winter, this would be a doozy of a snowstorm and a blizzard, really, with the kind of wind that they're expecting in Long Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, even back into New Jersey and parts of upstate New York. Look at all those isobars. I plotted up the isobars on our model this evening to just show you how strong that low-pressure system is going to be. Now, it's late October, so we're not going to see snow anywhere out of this, but it's going to be heavy rain and wind for a lot of coastal New England. For us, gusty breeze, a lot of clouds tomorrow, shower on a couple occasions, not a very nice day for us tomorrow. Actually, we're going to hang on to the clouds for much of Wednesday. It may try to clear up at the last minute just before sunset Wednesday evening, but most of the day just cloudy and blah, although it's not going to be as cool as tomorrow, and I do think we are dry Wednesday. We're also dry on Thursday, but here's our next weather maker approaching from the south and west, and this will bring in a pretty good chance of wet weather for Thursday night and Friday night, and even some showers lingering into parts of Saturday. Friday is a borderline washout, and we've got several playoff games, high school football playoff games Friday evening across the region, and yeah, plan on some wet weather and some cool weather as well. Nothing unusual for the end of October as far as temperatures go, but yeah, plan on some rain. And again, the shower chances hang on through the first half of the weekend. I do think Halloween is likely to be dry on Sunday. Rainfall over the next 7 days. Here's a look at our 3 medium-range models showing an average of about an inch. Some of our modeling is closer to an inch and a half or so. And of course, this is on top of what we've picked up across the region over the last couple of days. I live down in southern Columbiana County. I've had about an inch worth of rain over the last 48 hours or so. Early November, though, looks pretty chilly. This is the 8 to 14 day outlook. So as we roll forward into November, we're seeing a definite lack of warmth compared to the average across much of the eastern U.S. A few thoughts on the long range this evening. It is Monday evening, so we get a fresh look at the European, what we call weeklies. Actually, they're twice a week sets of modeling, Mondays and Thursdays. This is the look at the upper air pattern for November, averaged out over that 30-day period. And some things we can take away from this. The pattern in November, in the average sense, in the means, if you will, shows some ridging on the west coast, which would be different from October, and downstream of that, maybe some troughing in the eastern U.S., and maybe some blocking in the northern Atlantic. This is a pretty cool-looking November forecast today from the European Center. And it's interesting, if we end up having a cool November compared to the average, chances are, historically speaking, in this kind of a setup, a La Nina and some other factors, that December will follow suit. Doesn't mean the whole winter will follow suit, but oftentimes November is a prelude to the first part of winter, the opening stages of winter, how the pattern is expected to go. And just real quickly here, here's a look at my current analogs for December as part of the winter forecast. This may not be my final set of analogs, but out of the prep work I've done so far for the winter forecast, which is coming a week from Thursday, here's a look at what the map looks like for my December analogs, and it's a pretty cold-looking map. Again, I don't think the whole winter is likely to be like this, but winter may very well get off to a pretty fast start in a lot of places east of the Rockies. And again, if some of the long-range modeling for November has the right idea, it wouldn't be all that surprising then if that just rolled forward into the month of December. More winter forecast discussion coming up this week and next in the lead up to the official release of the forecast. Again, Thursday, November the 4th. In the meantime, thanks for watching tonight. Enjoy the rest of your Monday evening, and I'll see you back here on Tuesday.